Tonight on Fox 9, a 20-year-old still missing after an evening float-down trip on the Colorado River turned tragic. The status on the search as multiple local agencies are involved, and a late-night car crash involving 3 teenagers left a 51-year-old man dead and 1 vehicle upside down. We share what police found in one of the cars that could have led to the crash.
I think it can lead them to a successful career.
Plus, these kids aren't playing video games all summer. They're learning from local professionals, trying to find out what they want to be when they grow up. We'll go to summer camp as Fox 9 starts now.
From Studio A in Yuma, Arizona, broadcasting throughout the desert Southwest and streaming live on KECYTV.com. Fox 9 News at 9 starts now.
Welcome to your only local news at 9 o'clock. I'm Adam Clef. A local family devastated tonight after their loved one went missing in the Colorado River after a float down with friends. The sheriff's office identified the missing man as 20-year-old Brian Vasquez, and despite multiple local agencies responding and efforts from dive teams so far, they have not been able to find him. YCSO says last night the float group entered the river at the Ocean to Ocean Bridge and everyone but Vasquez got out at the Hidden Cove RV Park launch ramp. Vasquez continued floating downriver and members of the group saw him go under the surface, but they say they never saw him come back up. One local who lives near that launch ramp says she made the first call to 911.
And there was a young man running around my trailer, and I came out the front gate and he said, "My friend drowned, I need to call 911. So I ran back in the house, I grabbed my cell phone, I called 911, told them what the situation was.
Search efforts were stopped by law enforcement this afternoon. YCSO confirms deputies will continue looking tomorrow. As soon as there are updates, they'll be posted on KYMA.com. Yuma police also say a 51-year-old man is dead and 3 teens are injured after a car crash last night. 2 of the teenagers were taken to YRMC. This happened on 24th Street between Avenue C and D. According to Yuma police on scene, one of the cars was upside down. Both were totaled. Police say they found alcoholic beverages in the 51-year-old's car, and they have yet to release the identities of anyone involved. Over in California, Calexico police say they arrested a man who had drugs in his vehicle, but his rap sheet got longer when police also saw a teen was in the car. Officers stopped them Sunday night on the intersection of 2nd Street and Pollen Avenue. The 57-year-old driver arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and child endangerment.
Our canine unit alerted to narcotics in the vehicle. Upon further inspection, we located possibly Xanax and methamphetamines.
The minor was released and is not facing any charges. In Arizona, a brown bear was spotted in Prescott Valley. This bear seen wandering around a Safeway supermarket before making its way back to the woods. The Prescott Valley Police Department warned the public that this furry creature might be back. All across the country, there have been an increase in bear sightings as animals wake up from hibernation and search for food. Wildlife experts recommend the public contact local authorities and give the bears plenty of space if spotted. And water supply concerns continue to force Arizona to restrict new housing developments. Developers are now required to find alternative water sources to proceed with construction if they're trying to build in areas impacted by severe drought conditions. The restrictions are requiring them to find surface or recycled water to get approval to build. Officials say the move comes as a result of years of overuse and prolonged drought are depleting the state's water supply. Existing homeowners who already have assured water supplies will not be affected by the new rules. Issues here at our southern border continue to have ripple effects across the country. The House of Representatives held 2 border hearings in D.C., while in California, officials are trying to figure out who flew 3 dozen migrants to their state capital of Sacramento and left them there. Emily Schmidt reports.
We haven't yet seen the migrants who flew on 2 private jets to Sacramento. 16 Friday, 20 more Monday. Yet a volunteer helping them shared a recording from one of them.
So he's saying, I want to say how grateful I am and long live Sacramento.
Sacramento's mayor welcomed the immigrants, yet condemned how they arrived.
I don't want to talk about who may have done this, who likely did this. He are not worth dignifying.
California state leaders are more direct.
So there's a pattern here. There's documentation here. The document clearly that we have in our possession says the state of Florida. So we believe that the state of Florida, Governor DeSantis, is behind it.
Tuesday, the state of Florida took credit for the migrants' flight from El Paso to Sacramento, saying in a statement a contractor ensured they made it safely to Catholic Charities. The statement continues, Florida's voluntary relocation is precisely that, voluntary. Those who have met the migrants say they are legally in the country and reported being promised help getting jobs, shelter, and clothing if they went someplace else.
That dream quickly became a nightmare. They were lied to and deceived.
El Paso's mayor says no one consulted the city before taking the migrants and says we would never use individuals in a political stunt. One complication, some of the migrants now in California have court dates scheduled in other locations. I'm Emily Schmidt, reporting.
Back locally, the city of Calexico is looking into reopening the Santo Tomas swap meet. It's been almost 5 years since it caught fire, impacting the city's economy. Mayor Raul Urania says right now they're seeing whether it makes more sense to reopen or look for other options.
Hopefully we have some kind of answer within the month about what can be done, because there's many ways to do this. We see in Yuma that they have a swap meet where the city owns the swap meet and leases it out or something along that model. So we're going to explore what's the best possibility for Calexico.
200 merchants would set up at the swap meet before it burned down. Local students are taking advantage of their time off this summer, learning more about potential career paths when they grow up. Today, I have to speak to those students about their plans for the future.
Hands-on learning while preparing for the future. The local summer camp is giving students a window into potential career paths.
Well, honestly, my favorite yesterday was public safety because I would like to be FBI when I get older, so I really like that.
The public safety classroom, a big hit for the students as they take and examine their own fingerprints.
The fingerprinting, basically, it was just you roll around your fingers and then you press your finger onto the paper, and then it'll show you if you have loops, holes, or I forgot what the last one was, like mountains, I believe. So, prove what fingerprint you have.
You did such a great job.
Program Director Rusty Tyndall says it's all in an effort to get kids to start thinking about their post-school lives.
If we can help them with, developing their interests and adding skills to what they're already interested in, I think it can lead them to a successful career.
Something Emma is putting into practice as she prepares to start high school this year.
You can choose classes in that profession to get more knowledge about it for high school, because then you can know what you want to do, like what classes you want to take in college, and then what job you want in the future.
All right, time for a first look at our weather. Hello, Melissa, and it's continued to be gusty here at the beginning of this week in the desert Southwest.
Hello, Adam. Yes, I'm still looking out for winds, but lighter than what we felt yesterday, but winds are still being felt for tonight, just not as strong as we felt last night. So here's where we are currently with our winds. So we're having a light breeze in Yuma, but those stronger winds continue for Imperial County. But still, again, yesterday we had much gustier winds, but not as strong. And even as we head into the next couple of evenings, they're going to continue to be breezy. So we're still going to be having these winds sticking with us, but also the good news is our temperatures have been cooler than normal, and that'll continue to stay with us. So I'll have more in my full forecast on what the rest of the week will look at with these winds and cooler temperatures.
All right, well, thanks. But coming up next on Fox 9, the Arizona Attorney General says to be on the alert for phone scams. You may recognize the voice on the other end of the line, how crooks are using AI to take your money when we come back.